Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is out of the Washington Post. Just in, immigration judges worried Trump is seeking to cut them out. And it has, quote, fight back. This is Attorney General Jeff Sessions, pictured here. This article out of the Washington Post is by Antonio Olivio. The Union for the nation's immigration judges is fighting a government decision to strip a Philadelphia judge of his authority over 87 cases, arguing that the move sidelines judicial independence as President Trump seeks to ramp up deportations. Immigration judges work under the Justice Department Executive Office for Immigration Review, though they have independent authority to determine whether the thousands of undocumented immigrants who come before them every year can remain in the United States through asylum or some other form of relief. In a labor grievance filed this week, the National Association of Immigration Judges says the office undercut that authority when it removed Judge Stephen A. Morley from overseeing juvenile cases that he had either continued or placed on temporary hold amid questions over whether federal prosecutors had adequately notified the subjects to appear in court. The Justice Department said in a statement Thursday that there is reason to believe Morley violated federal law and department policy in those cases, but it did not offer any specifics. The statement said an investigation is ongoing. Trump alarmed immigration judges in June by tweeting that anyone caught at the border, presumably including these people that are seeking asylum, should be deported without a trial. When somebody comes in, we must immediately, with no judges or no court cases, bring them back to where they came. The president wrote this. In its grievance, Judges Union focused on a case involving Reynaldo Castro Tum, a Guatemalan national who arrived in 2014 as a 17-year-old unaccompanied minor. Castro Tum's current whereabouts are unknown, and he had not responded to recent court summons. Morley temporarily closed his case in 2016, ordering the Justice Department to ensure that Castro Tum was receiving the notices. He did the same with other decision, and the case eventually came to the attention of Attorney General Jeff Sessions, who chose to review it in January. Sessions concluded that Morley was wrong to close Castro Tum's case and ordered it resolved within 2 weeks. Amenia, who is the union's vice president, said that the intervention further raised suspicions that the administration is looking to circumvent the judicial process and move to deport people faster amid the backlog of some 600,000 cases. This is another transparent way, surprisingly transparent in this instance, for the agency to come in and recreate the ideology of this whole process more towards a law enforcement ideology, Khan said. The system is based on our ability to look at the facts and educate the claim before us to our best abilities, and then render a decision, Khan said, not being told by someone else how to rule. The union, which represents 350 judges, argued that Morley should get his case logged back. It is asking the Justice Department to ensure all immigration judges that their independent authority won't be undermined. Immigrant advocates say the dispute highlights a fundamental law in immigration courts, where the judges work under the same with prosecuting cases. Renewed a push for federal legislation to overhaul the system so judges can operate more independently, either through a different branch of the Justice Department or a separate tribunal court. Very concerned that the immigration judges are simply being turned law enforcement officers, said Lynch. Senior Policy Council, American Lawyers Association, which launched a national campaign this month to lobby members of Congress to support such legislation. This article was by Antonio, who covers government, politics, and other issues in Northern Virginia. He worked in Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago before joining the Washington Post in 2013. This is the duration of the article. What are your thoughts and feedback on this hot button topic, such as immigration? A move to push judges. What do you think? Will he fire judges? He may have the power to do so. That would change things dramatically. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening.